The truth about Sigma versus lone wolf stereotypes. When you hear the term Sigma, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For many, it conjures images of a lone wolf, someone walking through life in solitude, indifferent to social connections or group dynamics. The media, movies, and even social discussions have painted Sigmas as these enigmatic, almost mysterious figures standing on the fringes of society. But is this portrayal accurate? Are Sigmas truly lone wolves, or is there more depth to their personality? Today, we'll uncover the truth about Sigma personalities versus the lone wolf stereotype. While there are similarities between the two, they're not the same. The nuances of the Sigma personality reveal a complexity that goes far beyond the surface-level image of a loner. Let's begin by breaking down what it means to be a lone wolf. The phrase itself is derived from nature, referring to wolves that leave their pack and roam alone. In the animal kingdom, a lone wolf is often seen as a survivor, someone who relies solely on themselves. Similarly, the lone wolf stereotype in human terms describes individuals who avoid social interactions, shun group dynamics, and prefer to stay isolated. But this is where the distinction begins. While Sigmas share some of these traits, like valuing independence and not conforming to societal norms, they are far from being disconnected or antisocial. In fact, Sigmas have their own unique approach to life that sets them apart. One key difference is choice. Lone wolves often isolate themselves due to external circumstances. They might feel rejected by society, or they might choose isolation as a way to cope with emotional wounds. Sigmas, on the other hand, operate from a place of strength and self-awareness. They don't isolate themselves because they feel excluded, they do so because they value their autonomy and need space to think and grow. Imagine this: a lone wolf might avoid a gathering because they feel out of place, while a Sigma might skip the same event because they've already weighed the benefits and decided their time is better spent elsewhere. This distinction is subtle but significant. Sigmas are not antisocial, they are selectively social. Another key difference lies in their approach to relationships. Lone wolves often struggle to form deep connections. They might fear vulnerability or lack the skills to build meaningful bonds. Sigmas, however, are quite the opposite. They are capable of forming strong, meaningful relationships, but only with people they genuinely connect with. Think about it this way: Sigmas don't have large social circles because they don't want to. They prioritize quality over quantity. If a Sigma considers you a friend, you can be sure that connection is authentic and deeply valued. They don't invest time in superficial relationships, but that doesn't mean they don't care. Then there's the question of leadership. Lone wolves are often seen as people who prefer to operate on the sidelines, avoiding responsibility or decision-making roles. Sigmas, however, are natural leaders, albeit unconventional ones. They don't seek the spotlight like alphas, but their quiet confidence and strategic thinking often make them stand out in leadership roles. Consider this scenario in a team setting. A Sigma might not be the loudest voice in the room, but when they speak, everyone listens. Their insights are thoughtful, and their decisions are calculated. Unlike lone wolves, who might shy away from such roles, Sigmas are willing to step up when the situation calls for it. Let's also address the emotional aspect. Lone wolves are often depicted as cold or detached. They're seen as people who suppress their emotions and avoid emotional connections. Sigmas, however, are emotionally intelligent. They understand their feelings and use that awareness to navigate the world around them. They might not wear their hearts on their sleeves, but they are far from emotionally detached. This emotional intelligence is one of the reasons why Sigmas thrive in various aspects of life. They can read a room, understand people's motivations, and adapt accordingly. This adaptability is not something you typically associate with the lone wolf stereotype. Now, let's debunk another myth: the idea that Sigmas are against teamwork. It's easy to assume that someone who values independence might struggle in collaborative settings. But Sigmas excel in team environments when they see value in the collective goal. They don't shy away from collaboration, they simply approach it differently. Picture a group project. A lone wolf might avoid participating altogether, while a Sigma will contribute meaningfully but on their terms. They won't seek attention or try to dominate, but their input will be invaluable. This ability to balance independence with collaboration is a hallmark of the Sigma personality. So, where does this stereotype of Sigmas as lone wolves come from? Part of it lies in misunderstanding. People often equate independence with isolation. They see someone who values solitude and assume they're avoiding social connections. But for Sigmas, solitude is a way to recharge, reflect, and grow. Another factor is media portrayal. In movies and TV shows, lone wolves are often romanticized as mysterious and brooding characters, while Sigmas share some of this mystique. They're much more dynamic in reality. They're not just loners, they're thinkers, strategists, and quiet influencers. Let's circle back to the question, are Sigmas lone wolves? The answer is no. While they share certain traits, like independence and a preference for solitude, Sigmas are far more complex. They are emotionally intelligent, capable of forming deep connections, and skilled at balancing independence with collaboration. The Sigma personality is a reminder that independence doesn't mean isolation, and that you don't need to conform to societal norms to lead a fulfilling life. Whether in relationships, work, or personal growth, Sigmas navigate life on their terms, proving that there's strength in individuality. If you've enjoyed this exploration of Sigma personalities versus lone wolf stereotypes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us dive deeper into fascinating topics like this. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.